Hey, I'm back again. So I went to Target and I found some of these. So I got these. Man, it was interesting, man. So I went into Target. I'm just going to tell you guys a little small story here. I went into Target, walked by the card section, not even sure what I was expecting, because Target doesn't sell sports cards anymore, if you guys haven't noticed that. But I actually saw the vendor, and she was down there stocking some stuff, and I was like, wow, the vendor's here. And I'm like thinking, wait a minute, how do I even buy cards now from Target? So I went to customer service and I was like, hey, how do I buy cards, And she's like, oh, we don't do sports anymore. I'm like, okay, but the vendor's here. And I mean, I'm just trying to understand, can I go grab this stuff off the shelf if there's anything that I want to buy, right? And she said, oh, just go there. So then I talked to one other worker at Target, and I asked her, and she just said, yeah, whatever's there, and she recognized me. She's like, whatever's there that you want to buy, just go ahead and grab it off the shelf. So I go over there, and I'm like wondering, because what I'm hearing is that Targets are still stocking, soccer and hockey and UFC Prizm. So I go over there and I see the vendor, and to be honest, she was looking pretty bummed out, and I just started chatting with her, and she knows me because I've seen her before, and she was like, yeah, well, I'm like, you doing okay? She's like, I'm a little bummed, I'm pretty much gonna lose my job, and because of her hours, and I know I posted a video about this before, and some of you guys were like, oh, well, Excel workers and MJ Holding workers, they also stock jewelry, but that may be the case for some people. But again, this is just a story about this one vendor that I know. And so I'm like, yeah, okay. And she's like, yeah, well, there's not going to be sports here. She's like, online is what I'm hearing. She's like, yeah, I don't really know, She's like, when this whole thing happened, all I got was a text message. So I was like, wow, okay. And then she actually had a box right there, and I was like, so even that stuff's off limits? We can't buy that? And it was like Pokemon Shining Fates, the little black tins, and other Pokemon stuff. And she's like, yeah, I'm actually just packing this up. She's like, all these boxes right here, I'm packing this up and shipping it back. And so I was like, wow. And so I just want to kind of share that little story with you guys, because hopefully so that you can remember what it was like when you could actually get cards at Target and just be grateful. But I did get these one-touch hard cases, which I'm totally cool with. I was hoping that I'd be able to get some UFC Prizm today, but no luck. She actually said, oh, I had one UFC Prizm, but she's like, someone already bought it, and she said they're going to continue to sell UFC Prizm, the soccer, hockey stuff, and all that she was stocking was Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And so anyways, that's what it's come down to, guys. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, and yes, I did get 8 Prizm Cellos from Rite Aid. I know a couple people are like, no, you didn't, but guys, I did, and I'm not even gonna that's not the way I do things. I'm not gonna spend money buying stuff on a secondary market and then go to a parking lot. I mean, that's just crazy, but some of you guys think just even driving around is crazy. But hey, that's your thing, to each his own, you know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much the video for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Man, it's really crazy to think how, like I said before, just really how things are really going here, how things are turning out with the vendors. And it's still, honestly, it's still really hard to believe that Fridays at Target aren't going to be happening anymore. But hey, you got to roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the ball rolling. Is that what they say? And you got to keep the ball bouncing. You got to let that cookie crumble. If the meatball falls off the table, catch it, and just put it back on your plate. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to keep on keeping on. And that's what we're going to do here. So you guys all have a good Wednesday. And like I always say, Cdub is out.